to another night, but it's also another day too. But welcome to another day, another stream. You guys, I am back once again. I was gonna go live yesterday, which was my day originally, but let's just say yesterday was kind of rough. Yesterday, just because it was the 3-year anniversary of my grandparents passing, and really it's my papa's passing. But yeah, it was rough, but that's just what it is when it comes to that time of year. Because it was basically 3 years ago that I lost him yesterday, which is hard. So, we're back, and we're gonna keep going with the channel. So, if anyone on here is new, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber that's been on here before, or mod, welcome back. Right now we're just gonna hang out. We're just gonna hang out and ask questions, say hey, catch up. That's how we do it here. We are a talking stream. We are catching up with each other in the chat. We're just having a good, chill, fun hour to reflect on what's going on these days, because it's wild out there. Like, I don't know how many of us know that. I don't know how many of us know that, of how much is actually going on out there. But, yeah. So, and right now for me it's only 11:40 at night. Right now, so we're only in the beginning night hours. But, yeah. So, yeah, and also to kind of go over some of the expectations on here, for all my new people who are gonna start to come in here pretty soon. Just a couple of things, just so y'all know. If some of you are men in my chat that are gonna come in here, something I say to all the guys, really, not really everybody, because this part is really only for guys anyways. But if you're a guy in my stream tonight, please no flirting, unless if you're Alan Watson, then that's a different story. But other than that, please no flirting with me, because I am taken, and it's kind of stupid, in my offense, for another dude to be flirting with a woman who's taken by a whole other guy, and plus it just keeps it good that way. And then also, for everyone on here, if you're new, please no spamming a certain phrase or sentence over and over, because on YouTube, if you do that, not by me, not by a mod, but an administrator who works on YouTube, will they will physically block you. Not First off, think about it this way: it's not me, or it's not myself or a mod. It's basically one of the administrators who works with YouTube. So if y'all would please not spam constantly. I mean, some people spam like they're insane, but some people spam just to get my attention. So if anyone's on here trying to say something to me, let me know probably first thing, and I can try to do my best to look at the chat directly. Because mainly, I will say this, mainly I do pretty good about looking through the chat. like first like that, that's because I'm looking at the chat every couple minutes as I'm talking, so that way if somebody says something, because what if one of y'all said something while I was saying something and y'all are trying to get my attention about it, I don't I don't want to be the person who literally ignores y'all for no reason, because y'all, that's not my job. That's not supposed to be my job. And plus, that'd be rude of me to do that. So, yeah, so don't spam. Also, for this next little bit are for a lot of y'all. And also, if you are a new one here, something I am gonna say is no rude call, no bad talking. Don't be just don't be disrespectful to me or my mods, or really just anybody in the live, because it's not cool when when a mod's in here doing their job, or if one of my other subscribers who are just coming in to say hey and just relax, because they probably had a long day, either working or some of them were at school, and the last thing they want to hear is other people trying to just say nonsense crap that they don't want to hear. Plus, they have to probably deal with the same exact thing as what you're trying to do. So please, let's not try to, for example, don't try to use cuss language on my live, because y'all, even I don't like cussing. Cussing's not my thing. But also, I just hate it itself. I hate when people use so much cuss phrases, constantly. For example, in a conversation, maybe once or twice I'll be fine with it. But if it's constant cussing, oof, nah. That drives me actually crazy. So please, please, please be aware to not cuss. Or also in that category, do not also try to threaten me or anyone on here, or make anybody feel uncomfortable, because on my lives I want to keep this a safe environment for anyone. I want to keep this safe for everybody who has subscribed to me, who's joined me for a while, or if you're new. I don't want to be that one channel out there who just accepts it all. That would be weird. And plus, y'all also positive energy only. Next thing I'm gonna put out there is, like I just said again, please make sure you guys are positive and respectful, because I don't allow negativity or hate or anything judgmental on here. I just don't. Or politic related. Oof, y'all. People make such a big deal though out of politics. I don't know why. So just please, with a lot of that I'm saying, please make sure you guys do try your very best to keep a lot of that key throughout the live. And that's just what we do. But let me but yeah, you guys, please just be aware to be respectful on here, because and plus, and let me say this too, I really don't want to have to be the one. I mean, It's not always me, but it just depends on status in here. But I really don't want it to be either myself or Mod kicking people out for either being disrespectful, or doing any of the not doing any of the roles that are in my stream. Oh, and also a few other rules too are don't fat shame me, or don't try to shame anybody. Like, don't try to fat shame anyone like me. But also don't try to judge or make assumptions about people in the life that you don't know, because the thing is, you don't know what they've been through. You know, like, for example, y'all don't want to do that to me because y'all, a lot of you, I mean, a few of you know a little bit what I go through, but not like a lot. But if you're new, do not make assumptions about me or think. And plus, things like that need to be in your head and not out loud. You know, because, you know, just so everyone's clear, half of us here are adults, half of us are teens on here. Just so everybody's clear with that. Okay, so let's try to make it friendly here. Let's make it adult friendly, but let's also make it to where like our late teen people are also respectful. All right. So let's just have a good time. Let's just chat, catch up, better day, and you know, let's just make it a good one. Honestly. So, yep. Anyway, right now we're just chilling out though for anyone who is just joining. But yeah. So, hey there, welcome back. How are you doing? It's been a minute. Let's see. There's just coming in the chat. Oh, and also, y'all, at some point in the live stream, this is not required, but if anyone wants to like and subscribe, feel free to, but there's no pressure. Just know that. It's more of a mindset. Thank you so much. Sorry, I was getting notifications, so just mind that. But I'm doing good. What about you, Nash? It's been a minute since you've been in here. And I mean, your life gets chaotic, so I get it. So I get it if a lot of us can't always get to 95% of the streams. That's why most of these streams are posted. But if I have to encounter some where I get way more hate throughout, then it is a not. But also, if it gets very boring, I just don't. Because, you know, what's the point of posting something if it's just very boring the entire time, you know? I'm not that person who's just gonna post just nonsense that's just, okay. You know, we're not gonna enjoy it for like a good few minutes. You know, that's not who I am. Hang on. That's good. Hang on. Give me just a minute, y'all. Sorry about that. A weird itching sensation was going on up here, so yeah. Hate when that happens though. But let's go, y'all. But yeah, just to kind of give you guys an update on the day though, all I've done today is I went for my walk this morning, which went good. And then I came back here, cooled off. After that, I dusted around the house just on some spots that needed it. And then after that, made myself something to eat. And then I did a little bit of my Bible study. I did a little bit of Bible study homework stuff for this Bible study that's more of like a 7 week Bible study going on at my church, which this week was the second week of it. So yeah, and so I was just doing a little bit of that, just some of it to get somewhat caught up, so that way by like 5:30 I can try to be kind of caught up to where we were at. So yeah, Bible studies from like 5:30 to 7, which y'all, let me just say, I felt like Bible study went by quick today. I'll tell you that. Which it went really good. Then when I got back, I took off all my makeup I had on. I really only just put on foundation, and I actually did Vaseline for as like a lip cover up, so I didn't look crazy like I would do. So I just gave it a break today, and I actually pinned my hairband up on, which was really cute. And then and then I got back around like 7, but it was more towards 8 that I got back, like in the door by 8. And then after that, I came in here, put a lot of it up and situated, changed into my pajamas so that way I'm comfortable, and put my hair back down into its normal comfort. So it's back down into the ponytail that I tend to do daily at least. But it also gives my head a break because, y'all, sometimes wearing your hair in a bun, sometimes it's brutal for a couple hours. Like, it will tense up a bit and just, it'll make you crazy. It's cute to wear, but yeah, that's what it does to me. But it's also the fact that even sometimes I'm having to hairspray the sides. It's really the sides I've got to do just to make it stay in place for 2 hours. But yeah, and so came in here, emptied all that out, changed my pajamas, ate dinner, and then took my medication, like the first part of it. And then here in a little bit I gotta take my second, but I'm gonna give it like a few minutes. And so yeah, so really that's all I did today, y'all. So it was a pretty good day, which I'm glad, because all of our days should be good and not our day turning into a total mess of ourselves, which we all can agree with that. But yeah, so yeah, we're just chilling out. So if anyone's coming in here pretty soon, and if you're new here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Like I said before, there's no pressure. There's no needing to be pressured about it. That is a decision you can think about on your own, because y'all, we're adult here, but some of us are teens, and all of us here can do that on our own. So we don't all need to be like, hey, do it, because I'm not going to be the one YouTuber and goes, hey, go like and subscribe, baby. I'm not gonna pressure anybody to do it if y'all don't want to. That's more of a side hustle in here. But also, it's also good for the algorithm too. So, yeah, like I said, that's more of a thought. But, yeah. So, we're just hanging out. I'm gonna do my pill quick while we're just chilling. Raymond, welcome in the chat. How are you doing? It's been a minute since you were in here last. Hopefully you're doing well. Sorry, I was taking my second pill, which is important. So, that's good. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, Raymond. But, yeah, so really, guys, that's really all I did today. Did my walk this morning, came back refueled, did what I needed to do for the day. I'm about to do this, and then finish up some of my Bible study stuff, which a couple of it, which y'all, I really only got to like half of it, but when I was there, I did a lot of today's stuff, and then when I came back after I ate dinner, did my first round of my medication, and then also got into my pajamas and stuff like that. I finished up the other half, so that way now I can really just as these next few days, I can just slowly just focus on week 2 and not have to worry about the last half of week 1, because I don't want to be the person who's way behind and things like that, and that's me. But it's important. So, and that's just what I do. Yeah, I mean, all's been good. I mean, y'all, yesterday was pretty crazy and stuff like that, with the fact that it was the 3-year anniversary of my papa's passing on my dad's side. And I've said it on here before, but the thing is, you guys, when any of us on here lose a family member, a friend, or just somebody who we were close to, it's difficult to go through, because knowing the fact that they're gone is hard, but also reflecting back on all the memories with them is even harder. Like, it's crazy to still think about it. And y'all, even the fact that every year it is on, like, it's made, sorry, I was hearing something in my head. But for me, knowing the fact each year, it's basically on September 24th, which is 6 days before my birthday, and only like 2 weeks before my papa's birthday, because it's in the same month as me, but within like a 6-day window. That's the only difference, is I'm on the 1st, which I kick off the month, for a lot of you know that, and then he is on the 7th. And actually, y'all, fun fact, my mom told me I actually was supposed to be born on the 7th, but I came earlier. I came a few days earlier than what was supposed to happen, so I just ended up beginning. So I kick off the birthdays of the month. But y'all, October is the craziest month of birthdays. I will tell you guys that, because there's like a lot of people of mine that I know that are in October, and I don't know what it is, honestly, with the month. And also, heck yeah, I am obviously raving tomorrow because that's just me. But yeah. Anywho. But yeah, we're just hanging out, you guys. Pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm definitely ready for tomorrow. Which I know it's gonna be a wild one. I just know it. Because it usually is pretty wild. Which is what we gotta brace ourselves for. Let me just quick. Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. I was just fixing my phone just a little bit. Just because of the angle it was facing. It was like a little wonky on my end. But yeah. So, pretty crazy. But y'all, we're only like 5 more days until I'm 20. As of right now. Can't even think it twice. But by the morning, it'll be 4. Oh my god. And how I'm saying that, that's crazy. By the time morning hits, it's day 4. Which is insane. Like, where did the time go? Like, where the freak did time go, honestly, y'all? But, yeah, it's crazy. So, yeah, pretty crazy. But yeah. Right now we're just hanging out, though. For those of you that are coming in, yeah. And also, you guys, just to give some of y'all a heads up, please be sure to be respectful to not just myself, but to my mods, because they work extremely hard to even make my lives even stable enough as it is. So be sure y'all do appreciate them, but also you do make sure you are being respectful to them, because it's not, let me just say this, it will not look good for anybody if you try to mess with any of them, because we don't play here, y'all. We, like, I ain't gonna play around, and even they aren't gonna play around. And that's how it works here. Like, that's just what we do. Is y'all, even I don't, like I said, I don't play, my mods don't play, none of us ain't playing at all. I'm putting the country tone out there a little bit. But, like I said, we ain't playing at all with any of your nonsense. Y'all, and let me say this, y'all, I was a high schooler once, and oof, y'all, for my high schoolers that are in here, I was in your spot too before. And people in high school are just nuts. I will say that. Because I would hear random people just cussing at their friends like they're insane. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what is wrong with people? And so, just, let's just hope to be respectful on here. And and plus I am a positivity free zone in here, because I'm not somebody who's messing with bad drama. I will say that. For example, if you say, the drama I only would be able to handle is the funny drama. Like, if you're like, for example, if you're saying something funny that happened to you the other day, like something like that, that's fine. But if it's drama where, like, you're trying to act stupid towards me or my mods, okay, you can be kicked out big time. But yeah, but that's just what I'm saying here, y'all. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know, Raymond. I very appreciate it. But let me fix this real quick. But yeah, see, that's how I work it here, though, y'all. Yeah, that's impressive. You're multitasking. That's good, though. I mean, there's a good bit of us that can multitask, but not everybody. I mean, if I think about it, though, I mean, earlier um, I was Marco Poloing a friend, and for those of you that don't know, Marco Polo is an app where you and your friends can send video recordings to each other. It's pretty cool. Like I mean, I've got it, but I don't really do it to randoms. But I will tell you, it's a good app to definitely have. So, like, let's say if you and a friend of yours wanna, like, y'all want to talk face to face, but you're not. One of you doesn't always like to put the effort of calling. You can always send videos back to back, and it's the same thing. Like, they hear what you're saying, and then you would hear what they're saying back. So I was on this app earlier, and I was talking with my high school friend. She's more like a sister to me, named Asia, and she and I were just talking the normal, usual. And so, yeah, basically, yeah. So she and I were Marco Poloing earlier while I was literally taking my hair down and my makeup off. So I was replying back to what she was telling me about just what she was telling me earlier. So of course I'm like talking to her while I am taking my makeup off. So like this is me multitasking, y'all. I was talking to her through a Polo, which is a video recording like this, but not people coming to the chat. But I was just like that. I was taking my makeup off. I was taking my hair down and putting it into the usual hairstyle it goes into while I'm telling her about how Bible study went tonight because I told her about it, and then just other stuff that she was bringing up at me. And so, yeah. Oh, Raymond. Oh, you just made me laugh out of that one. No, it's an app. It's so funny because I mean, yes, there's a game called that. Oh, you just made me laugh so hard in that one. Oh, this is what I mean, y'all. Y'all mods are the best. But nope, it's an app, which is basically, like I said, it's really cool though, because you and your friends can send each other record like different like video recordings of just like you can like for example you can go a good long amount, but you can also go short too. So there's not really a certain window that it tells you okay long enough to respond, you know. But yeah, me and her talk through there a lot daily, and so it's pretty cool though. But there's a lot of apps that do a lot of that same exact job too. But that's just one of the apps I've used for a couple of years. But yeah, it's really fun to do. But Raven, that's just so funny. Oh, I'm sorry, but that just made me die laughing when you just put that in the comments. Y'all, that's good. That's good to get a laugh out of me. That's pretty good because y'all. First of all, if something wasn't making me laugh in between something, that would just mean that literally would be like y'all would be looking at me as if I'm weird, you know? Or really any of us. Yeah. Because if any of us on here are not laughing at something weird, what the heck are we? Like, who are we on here? Like, I'm almost 20. Telling you guys that? Yeah. As adults, we'll know what the heck that is. So you've gotta have something funny happening somewhere, you know, even if it's like in your mind or throughout the day, you know. Y'all, like I said, a lot of us are weird, but different ways of weird. It's not like the same weird. Like it could be about something funny with a friend you talked about, or if, oh, why did I, you know, or just random crazy things in your head that are like, oh gosh, I've thought go, but you know, all crazy as. But yeah, it's pretty wild. But oh gosh, what are we doing? But yeah. And also for y'all in here to give you guys an update with AJ, he's doing good. We talked on the phone like usual yesterday, which went well, which it always goes well. So there's not always a time where it's gonna, you know, not go that way. But it's been going pretty good though. So, yeah, no, he's the best. I'll tell you that. Oh my gosh, maybe that's just too funny. Oh Lord. See, that's what I mean. Like I said, that's I'm sorry, that's getting in my head. But like I said, y'all, like there's gotta be some kind of funniness in between something, you know. You know, and plus like I said, if we're not being funny somewhere in between something like this, then who the heck are we? Literally. Like y'all, us adults in here will be like that, but also us teens. It's okay to put that funny, nonsense, chaotic moment in between all that. Mel, welcome back. How are you doing? It's been a minute too. But yeah, like y'all, I'm about to be 20 next week, so literally there's gotta be a spunk going on. But I still can't get over it's like 5 more days. Crazy. But yeah. Well, kinda. I mean, for a little bit. Oh, sake. Anywho. But Mel, hopefully you've been doing good recently. But really, hopefully all of us here have been doing good too. Because, you know, we should be. Oh my god. Let me take my jacket off for just a minute. So give me a minute, y'all. Oh, I'm sweating things a lot. But yeah. So we're just chilling. But yeah. So that's cool. Let's go, y'all. 3 likes in the chat. But if anyone is just coming in here, I hope you guys are doing good. We're just talking, catching up about the day, which that's what we do here. Is we are a talking stream. We are catching up on life here, and you know it's good to chat about what's happening, because you know, as a lot of us are just, you know, we're adults here a lot, but also some of us are teens, and we're just trying to get caught up with just life. You know, it's good to talk about what's on our mind, but also it's good to just talk, you know. So, oh, thanks, Mel. It is a tank. It's basically a tank top. It's actually one of those that's more like a set. which I think I got this for Christmas about a year ago, or my birthday about a year ago. I think it was my birthday a couple years ago. I think that's I remember, but yeah. Hang on. Let me see up here. I think I saw someone since then. Try to make sure I don't miss anybody, because comments can get sneakily here. But yeah, even what's pretty cool too is this top's got a lot of like flowers on it. And even, yeah, and plus this is one of those sets where it's the shorts that come with this are the same thing, which is nice. Yeah, it looks pretty cool too. So oh, it's okay. I mean, some people like to go live, but some don't, which is, it's okay. There's other things you can do too that doesn't always have to require showing yourself on the camera. So just do what makes you comfortable. And don't ever feel like you have to do something that's not out of your league, that you're not ready for yet. So basically, in other words, don't push yourself to do it if you don't feel like it. It takes a lot of people the effort to get to that point, or even feel comfortable doing what they like. But yeah. So already got 3 of us in the chat. That's crazy, y'all. But we're just hanging out. Freak. Yeah, exactly. Raymond, it just takes time. So don't rush it. Just wait until you're more comfortable and you're like, okay, let's do this, There's not a rush at all. Like, I wouldn't even rush anything else than what I do. But yeah, and plus it takes a lot to even get comfortable like that. Like, y'all, let me just say this. I'll tell you this. There are times, like, for example, whenever I would present something to either in a certain class in high school, or if I if I spoke a certain presentation and like more than like a lot of people. Whew, y'all, let me just say, the crazy part about me is I can talk while shaking. I will be nervous shaking while talking at the same time. It's wild. It's the fact that I'm saying what I'm saying to people that are I'm in person with, in a full crowd, while I'm just talking through the lines of what I'm saying. And then I feel the actual shaking nerve inside me while I'm saying it all. And then after I get done, I'm like, oh my god, I was shaking while I did that. Let me say that, not a lot of us can do that. Not a lot of us can do that. It's wild. It's been a few years since I've had a whole big group like that. Probably since high school. But, yeah. Crazy. But yeah. So trust me, a lot of us have something that we're not too comfortable with. Or we are comfortable with it, but we still get that nervous sensation going on. But and really though, y'all, there's a lot of things that make us feel that. Though it's pretty crazy. But yeah, we're just hanging out right now. But let me do this. I'm gonna grab my phone charger real quick while we're talking. So give me a minute. Alright. Okay, sorry about that. I was grabbing my phone charger while we were still talking, so that way I don't have to cut it off directly. Which we're just hanging out though right now. Crazy. But yeah. So anywho, we're just chilling right now. Let me think, what else do I do here? Like I said earlier, my boyfriend's been doing really good. Just kind of the same usual. Just we're texting a bit like we would during the day a couple times, and then some days we are calling. It just depends on our schedules. Like tonight I couldn't because of Bible study. And then he and I talked yesterday, which went good. It always does. And then, yeah. So, but yeah, he's the best. I'll tell you that. Which he is. So, oh my gosh. But yeah, y'all, I still can't get over the fact that we're only 5 days away currently until I'm 20. Like, how? I don't know how the heck that's even possible. And like I said, normally our parents are going nuts about that, which they are. But also this year, it's me who's also in that route this year. But also, y'all, I've made it through a full year. But also, y'all, it also means I'm actually a full adult. Even though even though it's kind of crazy, is technically by law they call us an adult at 18, when really we're still a teen until we hit 20. Crazy. But it's crazy how the government works. But yeah. Man. Oh, that's a good flavor. I mean, honestly, I don't know yet. There's too many good ones out there. But yeah, it's crazy, you guys. And yes, for a lot of you in here, my birthday is coming up on this next coming Wednesday. Wild. Oh my gosh, that's cool. Yeah, there's a lot of cakes that are really good, which is a good thing, because, if something was not good, actually suck for a lot of us on here. But yeah, crazy. Yeah. So, and also for a lot of you that are asking plans that day, all I do know is me and my parents are going to we're going to this really cool like aquarium that's in our area called the Fishery. It's really neat. I haven't been in this yet, but I think they were either working on a lot of it or my dad found out about it this summer and was like, we'll have to go there sometime when my brother's in school and it's less chaotic. So we are gonna actually go there next Wednesday, which I'm excited. And then after that, we are going to this restaurant in that's in my area too. That's only like 15 minutes from where I live or so. It's really good too, which I'm excited. But it's called the Boathouse, and it's really good. Like they've got a lot of good foods there as well. And then after that, we'll probably just come back here and just hang out and chill for the remainder. But yeah, so pretty crazy. So that's really the plan. But yeah. But yeah, I might maybe do a live stream that day. I don't know quite yet. But it'll just depend. And if I do, stay tuned. But if I don't, I will probably just look for it. But yeah, there's not really a whole crazy window. But I would really know actually by next week. Especially. But yeah. So, yeah, pretty crazy. So, crazy. Well, I'll tell you this, Raymond. We were trying to recently try to figure something out, but we were trying to figure something out either sometime in that month for him to be out here for a good bit to celebrate with me, but I think honestly it might be towards November just because his brother's in school. And the thing is, his aunt is not really there when he gets up for school. And so he has to kind of be the one who gets him up and make sure he's knowing what he's supposed to do. And so, honestly, it probably would be by like Thanksgiving break at the latest that hopefully we can try to get him out here, which would be awesome. And then we'll try to celebrate by then too, so that way he can see this chick by then, but also see me by then, which is nuts. But yeah. And so, and y'all, this is gonna be crazy too, because this will be the 3rd year that he and I have celebrated my birthday. Because for a lot of you that kind of need a rewind of it, we celebrate my birthday when I think he and I were like 2 weeks in, because the first year we did it was, I think we were about 2 or 3 weeks in of dating. I think 2 weeks that we were at the time. So we were just in the beginning of dating. And then the 2nd year was when we hit our 1st year. And then, yeah, basically, yeah, and then hopefully in November it'll be your 3rd year. Crazy. So basically, from when he and I were 2 weeks, and then again when we hit our 1 year, like right around our 1 year anniversary timeline. Crazy. It's pretty nuts. I'm not gonna lie. But he, like I said, he's just amazing. And just so you guys know, he will also be 20 next year. So he'll be back up with me by June of 2026. Can't believe it. And then we're the same age for 4 months, and then I'm 21. Just how? That's just crazy. It's just crazy to even think about, like, how it even works, too, because the fact that the thing is, we're the same age for 4 months out of the entire year, and then I am the next number up. Yeah. So, it's pretty wild. But also, what's also crazier too is the fact I am actually older than my ex and my boyfriend is wilder. Like, I had no idea that my ex was actually younger than I was. So now to rethink it, I literally was the oldest one for both relationships. That is just crazy. Like, it's wild. Like, I mean, there's some relationships that are like that, but some are like kind of like the ways that a lot of them think it, because a lot of people think guys are older than girls. Not every single one of them is. Some are like my case, where I'm older and the other one's younger. But the only difference is, well, I mean, what's funny is both of them were both in that year window. But the difference is the months, like the month apart math of it is, so for example, my ex's birthday is February 6th, and that's like, I think we're like an 8 or 9 month window. So for like 8-ish months, he is that current age, and then I go up that number and then repeat. And then with, luckily, my boyfriend's is actually a lot easier to put it into perspective, because like I said, with his is only 4 months. We're only 4 months in age, so it's way easier to get than what my exes would. And plus, he was well back in the day, but he's still a good friend though. So yeah, it's wild. But that's wild. So just chilling. Pretty great. But yeah, it's crazy. Don't believe it. But yeah, so that's just kind of to get perspectives. Because, a lot of us will need refreshers at some point. Because, we get caught up in so much that we're like, oh, what's this math again on your end? Because, a lot of us have it. But yeah, so, even to me, what still is crazy is the fact that me and AJ generally have known each other since sophomore year. But even what's crazier too is I still I still remember this one. It was like, I think last year or so, he was telling me, because this was kind of in the time frame where my boyfriend's phone was broken for a few months. And oof, y'all, those months were crazy for me. Because knowing the fact that we couldn't really text that much, and plus we both were still in high school around that timeline. And so it was crazy. And plus we were in separate schools because I transferred around that time, which sucked. But I'm thankful to be done at this point. And Lord, it was wild. But at, it was kind of more toward the end almost that he and I started calling through. What he would do is he would call me from their home phone, aka a landline. But some of us still use them, but not every single one of us do. Like, we don't now. Like, we used to have one, but got rid of it. And so we just stuck to the normal route. So we just shove it like, okay, it's old fashioned. That's kind of what it's like in my head. And so I will kind of not forget this one day. I don't remember the exact date, but it was one of the days he and I were talking on the phone from our usual time, which was 5:30. And on this particular day, we were just talking, and all of a sudden, he was like, he basically told me that, he was like, he was like, because I was bringing Jeremy up, because, y'all, just so everybody knows here, my ex Jeremy and my boyfriend AJ and me, all, like, I knew both of them the same year that I was dating them. Like, we all three knew each other the same year. So it's not really a big complaint there. And what was crazy was, like, I was just kind of telling how wild it was. And then, what was crazy was at some point in the call, AJ went and was like, I actually had a crush on you since sophomore year. Y'all. When he said that he actually apparently had a crush on me since sophomore year, but did not, I was surprised. Like, it was probably the wildest plot twist I heard come out of him. I'm like, yeah, when I heard that, I'm like, what the? Like, I actually, in my head, I wanted to go insane. Because, like, what the? But what's funny, though, the funny part, though, was he was not showing signs like my ex did. And even that's what it was like senior year, too. Like, he wasn't showing signs until he asked me out. Well, at first he said, asked me out to homecoming, then popped out the thing. But it was insane. Like, oh my god. It just, ugh. Now the fact that we're dating, it's like, oh my god. It's crazy. Like, it's, honestly, it's still crazy to believe. Because knowing the fact that he's actually dating the girl from who had the seizure incident in the same year, the same year that we met as friends, chaotic. It's just very crazy. Because, yeah, for some of you that do not know that, the last ever seizure I had was when I was a sophomore. And that was chaotic, like, wild. It was literally crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Because it was probably in the most chaotic way. Because, y'all, it was in front of my own ex. It was literally in front of my own ex-boyfriend. But, y'all, we were still dating at the time that when it happened. So we were probably a month before we broke up at that time. And I was thankful he did. Because, like I said, y'all, he was stupid at that time as heck. But I'm really thankful to this day that he's actually a lot calmer and chiller. And a lot more, he's actually now more mature enough. Finally, too. So, I'm thankful to God for that. And so, pretty crazy. So, yeah. Pretty wild. But, what else do I do here? But yeah, we're all just relaxing now. Damn. My hands were open. But yeah, it was crazy. And so, give me a second. But yeah, it was wild. So, yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, honestly, since AJ's came into my life, I'm thankful that I'm thankful he's just been nothing but amazing. Because he's, like I said to y'all before, he's shown me what true love looks like and what it's supposed to be like. And not just stupid. Not just guys being stupid. You know, because there's some guys out there that can't be like that. And plus, that just means they're a boy and not a man. Because the difference between a boy and a man is two different things. A boy is like a freaking kid who does not know how to act mature, who acts like a freak, does stuff like that. They do not even do the lines of it. Like, they're just rude throughout. But a man, different story. It's basically like AJ, I'll say for example. He opens my car door, like he opens my door of some kind. Whether if it's my bedroom door, my car door, my backyard door, or a door to a place. Anything at the door that we approach, he's actually a gentleman. Like he's supposed to be. He listens to me when, like, let's say if I was going through something or if I was just having a bad day, he actually listens to me. And he just acts like, okay, whatever. He's not like what a boy would do. Because if a boy were, in this case, a boy would be saying, okay, yeah, whatever. That would not be cool. With AJ, he's a man, which basically he listens like everyone should. And I should. But also, y'all, and also with AJ, he gives affection. He actually shows affection than what a boy would do. Because a boy would not do that as much. They would try to act it out when they're not being serious about it. A man is serious about all of it. Like, y'all, even a man is supposed to be somebody who keeps you safe. The person you call home. Like, y'all, AJ is home to me. Like, y'all. And also recently, too, like, me and AJ have, like, twice have experienced, the actual feeling safe kind of love where we're just cuddling like normal and either one of us or the both of us are asleep somehow, which actually means we're safe. Like, y'all, I still remember this, the first time that ever happened to me. It was 4th of July, you guys. Can't get over that. And it was probably an hour before we went over and got prepared to watch fireworks in my neighborhood. But he and I were just on the bed, cuddling like we would do. And at one point, okay, y'all know whenever, let's say if we think about stuff in our head, like, a certain thought comes up, for some reason something came into my mind on this day, and I gotta ask him this specific thing that I was thinking. Like, I was saying something to him, like, because I was trying to get his attention. I'm like, babe, trying to get his attention, and didn't really hear him. So I'm like, okay, maybe you hear me. I'm like, babe, and then I go to look over, like, I go to look up a little bit because for reference I'm laying down on him, so it's hard to kind of look up directly. And you guys, when I freaking say I saw him knocked out, y'all, I was freaking, in my head, I was literally going insane because, y'all, that was new to me. I mean, for example, I knew I saw videos of this, and I'm like, in my head, I had to even look up just to make sure I was saying it right, and I was. But when I saw what I did see on this particular evening, at like, I think 6 something in the evening, y'all, I was going nuts in my head. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, because the thing is, for anyone who's new to all that, is when, for example, in a guy's case, but it can be both of our cases, when one of us or both is asleep on each other, that means they feel safe. And they feel safe and they feel secure. Yo, when I read that online, I wanted to cry. I legit wanted to tear up because I'm like, oh my gosh, my dream just came true. Because I have seen videos of that happening where I've seen either both or one do that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, imagine that was me. And on this particular day, it happened, and I'm like I said, when I saw it, I'm like, after realizing what was going on, I'm like, okay, my dream just came true. It was crazy. Then, fast forward to August, y'all. Fast forward about like sometime August when he was out here last. It was, I think on this day it was just a regular, just chill day for us too. And we were just, it was like 12:50. It was about 12:50 something in the afternoon or so. But it was a little bit before that actually. Like probably about 12:30. I want to believe 12:30ish. That's what I'm putting it as. It was at least 12:30, 12:40ish at max. And me and him were once again cuddling like we normally do. I was on my knee. We both were on our normal size. And what was funny, we were just cuddling like usual. And at one point, I kind of heard a slight little bit of just small snoring, but nothing alarming, nothing cray. Y'all, I once again go to look up at him, and it was, at this point, it was probably 12:50 almost, or 40 when I went to check it out. And y'all, it happened again. Like, it actually happened again for like the second time. So I'm like, and even I just go to lay back on him, and I'm like, thank you God, because literally I was just cuddling next to him throughout it, and I was like, thank you God. Just, I was thanking the Lord because I'm like, what did I do? What the actual freak did I do to have a person like that who actually feels safe, but also I feel safe at the same time? And actually, I mean, I in the beginning before I even noticed it, kind of, or a little after I noticed it, that's when I kind of fell asleep too, but not like passed out. With me though, y'all, I really would do like I would only be half asleep, so I would only be like just close my eyes, kind of a thing, to where I can still hear everything that's going on around me. So like in the room, I can still hear what's going on. So like let's say if my parents are trying to get a hold of me or something, I can still be alert. But yeah, it was just, yo, it was a dream that I never thought was gonna happen. But it's just, it's one of those things I'm thankful for. But, um, and also, y'all, the thing is too, both of his arms were wrapped around me around that time too. Like, both of them were just, oh, thinking about it giving me all the curries. But both of them were wrapped around my, like both his arms were holding me. I was holding him a little bit. Oh, so good. It was crazy though. Like, just, I mean, y'all. Yo, that's just what I mean when, this is when you know you're in a good relationship that actually goes well, but also y'all actually show affection. Is that little, it gives you that excitement, chaotic moment in your head, but also makes you want to scream but not really moment, is when you see your partner doing that. It makes you want to bust in your mind, because but the thing is, we've not experienced it until that person does it, or just feels the tension of us. And it's like, you know, but the best way of saying that though is, imagine if you're playing like background music that's like relaxing. That's kind of what we're like. Is we're kind of that background music, but just by the way we're coming with our partner, it just feels awesome. Like, we don't think we're doing that much, but also, y'all, it's also the oxytocin that is in it too, because y'all, oxytocin, aka the cuddle hormone, is one of the things in cuddling that happens. Is when oxytocin gets into the both of us, we feel calmer. We feel like we're at peace. So a lot of the times, that's how a lot of that happens. And it was just it was majestic. It was wild. Like, I felt safe myself. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never felt that. It was so, but yeah, even I'm blessed to even be with him, because he never would have given me those moments, but especially that moment, really, to have that feel. But yeah, pretty crazy. But yeah. Let's see. Get up for a second. But yeah, it's nuts. So, Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's just truly the best. But, yeah. Let's go with 3 of us liking. But yeah, I mean, but this is what I mean. When it comes to you and your partner having that bond, that's good. That's a good thing to have because, first of all, like I said, if you and your person are not having that kind of affection or some kind of, or at least having somewhat affection, either if it's cuddling or if it's that plus falling asleep at the same time or within a few minute period, that means you feel safe. But also, if you're not just doing the simple little things with them, like just talking with them or just y'all both being in each other's presence like that, it's, it feels good. It feels amazing. Because, they would want to know that you're there, but they also would want to know that you feel safe with them and not just, a person who's just, okay, you're just nearby the zone, right? Story! Oh my goodness, it's been a minute. How have you been doing? Hopefully you've been good. But yeah, he's just the total best. But I'm doing good. What about you, Starry? Y'all feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. There's no forcing here, so just putting that as a friendly reminder. That's good. I'm glad to hear you've been doing well. Goodness. Pretty crazy. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Definitely I'm saying happy early birthday right now. Hopefully it goes well. That's so cool. It's okay, Story. Like I said, life happens. But also, half of these lives I post, unless some of them get pretty boring while I'm doing it, or if we get too much chaos, then that's a different story. Right there. But mostly they're posted. So trust me, they will get all of it. But yeah. So. Yeah, pretty crazy. So. Same. But I'll see you guys. For those of you who are coming in here, please be sure to be respectful and mindful of those in here. And also, please be sure y'all are being respectful towards my mods, because they are working their tails off really good just to keep this live going. And I'm thankful it's been good so far. So let's try to keep that coming in these next little bit. And also, feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't done that. Like I said, there's no forcing here. That's a decision we can do in our own time. There's multiple ways you can do that too. But yeah, what am I looking good right now? But yeah. And also, y'all, this live, we're just chatting, we're talking, we're catching up on how we're doing. Because, That's what we do here. I'm not somebody all the time who does a whole lot of Pacific. I mean, sometimes I will, but not often. But, yeah, plus it's good to get caught up in what's happening and stuff like that. So, it's really good to get caught up and get all that, just to see how we're all doing, because we all got a ton in life that's happening right now, so why wouldn't we? But yeah, and like I told a lot of you guys earlier, all I did today was I woke up this morning, I changed, did the usual, ate breakfast, went for my walk this morning, which went good, came back, cooled off, and then after that but after I cooled off and stuff like that, I dusted the house, and then I cooled off from that, did a little bit of my Bible study stuff that I had from like last week, that I was able to finish half of it, but I was able to finish a lot of it a couple hours ago, thankfully, before I began a little bit of this week, but not like just like the first little bit of it, not like a whole bunch. Not putting me in a rush yet. And so, yeah. It's pretty crazy. And then around 3, basically around 3 o'clock, I got ready for Bible study. That's when I get ready, because I leave it. Currently, I've left at like 5:15. And the thing is, y'all, with me, when it comes to me getting ready for either Bible study or church or stuff like that, I'm getting ready 2 hours before I leave, because I take a little bit longer to even get there. But it's just because I get changed, do my hair, do my makeup, making sure I'm looking good, and also making sure I've got all the things I need. So, of course, it takes me about till 5. And so, like, I'm at least done by like 5 at the latest. So that way, I can have my things and be out the door by 5:15. And so, yeah, and then of course we actually got there by like almost 5:40, but thankfully we haven't started up. We weren't starting directly yet, so thankfully we didn't miss out on too much. And so, yeah. And then Bible study was over around 7, which went good. And then I came home. I probably didn't get home till 8. Well, probably almost 8. But that was the fact me and my neighbor were talking. Because a lot of times she and I kind of just talk for a minute or two before I come in here and just continue with the rest of the night. But yeah, so that's pretty crazy. So yeah. And then when I came in here, put my things up and get a lot of it in its place. and then ate dinner, took my first round of my medication, also took my makeup off and stuff like that, so it was air free until Sunday when it gets back to that mode. But yeah. So, yeah. And that's really all I did today, you guys. Was just a lot of that. And so, but I mean, that's the thing. When we get caught up like that, that's good. Especially church, it's a good way to get caught up too, because, we've got to really start to really focus, other than focusing on our chaos, we've got to eventually start to actually pay attention toward God more. Even even with me, that's more of a goal, is to kind of just look, just for me at least, that's what I'm trying to, that's like my goal right now, is to try to get to, I mean, I've known him since most of my life, but, just to start to learn to get deeper, but also to learn to kind of listen out for him and just answering prayers and stuff like that come out, or just thoughts of me that come into my mind that would be something I would ask him about, because y'all, in life, things get chaotic these days with a bunch of things. And so, even we've got to take those, like, we can take, like, the thing is, the goal that we need to do is, at least for us, take a good 15 to 20 minutes plus 30 minutes of any time of the day to really, like, a good few minutes digging into the word, or just praying, or just really thinking about a lot of what's on our minds and trying to get it out to him to understand more of his word, but also to really try to learn to get in the moment so we can keep on growing, not just physically but spiritually in him, and not just trying to believe it in our own heads, So, and even, I'll tell you this, even I love Bible study because, like, I've met a lot of cool people there, but also it's just fun to do because I actually learn a little more in him and kind of just see how it would adapt to me personally, because Bible study is not just what it is, it's also of how what we're talking about, how it can do with us in our personal life, because there's a few of us here that are at least going through something, or we know somebody who's going through something, or we're trying to find him in a chaotic season, because we're going through like, for example, I'm going through a season where, like, a lot goes in my head, and just as a young adult and stuff like that, with things that I have going on, it's like, of course, it's hard to still reconnect it and go, okay, God, help me out in this situation. Do I want to go with this, or should I not? Because I told you guys about my lazy eye surgery status. Like I said, I've been hardly trying to put him in that situation and just pray on it and go, even though I did say yes about the first part, But at this point now, it's just me hopefully to actually get that helping guys to trust the process and know, because a lot of you know I've had lazy eye for half my life, like since childhood, but it wasn't noticeable till about 5th grade. But it was like 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th, anywhere in like my 5th grade to middle school years. Um, but I was really in high school when a lot of it was seeable. But y'all, I was in my mid-teens and my doctor was like, hey, surgery's an option you can do for it, but I was not ready. I was not that comfortable yet. And honestly, when we're younger, even if it's in our teens, and we hear something big like that, a lot of the times we're not going to be ready immediately. Like, I was not really that ready because I was still in my teens. I'm like, let me just see, because, you know, sometimes some things can just it can just outgrow. Because, for example, I just thought it would be something that it would actually be able to self-correct on its own after a few years as I got older. But as I just got older, it just kind of just kept looking the exact same. And so it only helped with vision. That's it. And so, yeah. So that's when this year when I had my eye doctor appointment for my annual after a couple years to make sure I'm doing good. That's when I asked about it because I was actually kind of tired of it. And even there are times myself where I am sick and tired of actually looking at it and even trying to put up with it, just because I've had to deal with it for years. And so even I'm glad that's an option, but I did ask about a couple other things just to see if the state of my eye, of where it was at, if it would even be a possible chance to even do it. But it's just the fact of how far damaged it is and not the way it would cooperate. Like I said, my doctor only told me it would be either I'm doing surgery on it or I don't do anything at all. And let me say this, I already did the second option previously. So I'm not repeating that. So at some point, when I kind of continue to get more comfortable and stuff like that, soon I definitely want this to be fixable. But like I told a lot of you, they would only be able to correct about 30% of it, just because in my case, because it was used to sitting like this for years, I would end up having double vision, which is not good at all. But from y'all's standpoint, like, y'all would see this, but other people in person would see it, and a lot of them would be looking at me as if I'm cross-eyed, you know. And plus, the thing is, double vision means we're seeing two of one thing. So, let me just grab something for demo again. So, for example, if anyone's never heard of double vision or never heard of anyone talk about it, double vision means you're seeing two of the same thing, but it's one. So, if I were to hold my stylus in front of me as an example, right, like, what's funny is, like, from my phone perspective, it will show us two, but I'm just holding one right now. And so, basically, what I'm just saying here is, when you hold it like a good distance, you would see two of the same thing in the way your hand's holding it. Like, you'll see it here and here, and not just one. Not just not just solid straight. And plus, it would be weird. Like, think honestly, think about it. Almost like think about if you're going delusional or something like that. That's kind of what it's like, which would be terrifying. Like, yo, that would be nerve wracking for me if I did had to go that way. Which, like I said, they would only be able to correct 30%, which is good. Like, that's still good because it won't look like this. It'll be a little bit straighter. Like, it will still be somewhat straight, but not like this straight. Not like fully. So it would be from like this to a little more like halfway. Like halfway there. So that makes me at least feel somewhat good, knowing that I also will get, even my doctor did say that I also would feel like I do have improvement from that. So that's one big blessing out of that. So, and plus the cost of it is like chaotically nuts too. And so, yeah, pretty crazy. But that's just what it does to you. But, yeah. So, anyways. Gosh, what are we doing right now? But yeah, it's pretty crazy. But anyway, though, we're just hanging out right now. I'm not really gonna be on here for that much longer, but I'm still gonna be on here for probably like another couple minutes or so. But really, all I'm just doing right now is just hanging out in here. But yeah. So hopefully a lot of us are still doing good. But yeah. So yeah. Alright. Good night, Raymond. I will see you on the live tomorrow. Which I'll be there. So I'll see you tomorrow night. But yeah. So right now we're just still hanging for a couple minutes. So yeah, hopefully everyone's had a good day today. If you haven't yet already. But yeah, we're just chilling at the day moment. Yeah. Crazy. So that's just kind of what's going on. But yeah, so gosh. And also, y'all, kind of like a night fit check I'll do real quick. So top, I got basically the top I'm wearing is a pajama tank top, which, like I said, I think I got this for, I think, my birthday a couple years ago, or for Christmas a couple years ago. And then shorts, which is the same thing as the top. It's the same pattern, though. It's the same pattern and color. And I think I got it from my parents for either Christmas or my birthday a couple years ago. And it's cute to wear, especially at night. And they're comfortable to wear. So, um, yeah, and then of course I'm wearing my hair back in a ponytail, like I normally would do. Yeah, a lot of you know this, that my hair is tied back 24/7. Even when I'm going to bed too, it is tied up, because I'm not making this hair look like a chaotic mess in the morning, but also it being super tangled, you know. None of us would want that. Not even myself would want that. So, yeah, that's basically what it is. Um, but yeah. So, yeah, that's just what we're doing. Pretty crazy. So, yeah. And plus, let me say this though. The thing is, y'all, what I do at night is by the time it's like 8 o'clock or so, or at least really mainly around past 7:45, it's at least almost 8 o'clock for me. I usually take off my watch, my earrings, stuff like that off, except my glasses. Just so that way they get a break. Because for some, my earrings have worn, like, I will have them on since like 11 o'clock or 10 in the morning. And then same thing goes for my watch. But yeah, and plus it's good to let it air out and get a break, because they've done well sticking up for a day. But the only thing that stays on still are my glasses, because y'all, I'm gassy. And that would suck not to see without them. I mean, I can see them for maybe a few seconds with them off, but not like a full extended period of time. But yeah, so that's really the only things that really stay on until basically until the moment I get ready for bed. But yeah, so that's just what it is. But anywho, yeah, that's just what's going on. So, but y'all, honestly, what I'm gonna do here in just a minute is I am fixing to get off for the night, but I will see the majority of you guys back on here on Saturday sometime. So I will see a lot of you guys then, but